Hello children and welcome back. So in our previous session we created the account, we logged in, and if you are already logged in you will be seeing your account name over here, or else when you go to the site scratchmit.edu, if you are not signed in you will see these options: join, scratch and sign in. So every time when you come to this site you can click sign in. You have to enter your username. So my username I had created was Sudhindra SG, and the password I used was SUDHI@SG, and then I click sign in. So when I click on sign in, you can see now the account has been signed in. Now to organize all the work that we do in Scratch, just like in your computer you have folders, you also have a folder icon over here which is called as My Stuff. So if you click on My Stuff, right now you have not created any project, so you doesn't have anything here. So to start with, the very first thing we want to do is click on this new project. So once I click on this new project, I am going to enter into this Scratch dashboard. So this is our default user interface in which we are going to build our games and programs. So now the very first thing I want to explain you is, on the right hand side you are seeing a cat picture on a screen. This screen we call it as the stage. Just like in drama or cinema you have the screen where the cinema is shown, or in drama the stage where the actors come and perform, this is the area where all your actions are going to happen. Now below this screen you have another screen here, and this can be considered as a side wing in your drama theatre, or this can be considered as the shooting spot or the shooting area for your cinema. Here the very first area you are seeing here, this area we call it as the sprite area. Sprite is nothing but the actors who are going to perform on the stage over here. By default you are seeing one sprite which is the cat, and above this sprite you have various options available, and on the right hand side you have stage. Right now the stage means this is the backdrop. You can make this cat run in your house by putting a house background here. You can make this cat run in a jungle by putting a jungle picture here. So the backdrop is determined in this stage, and if you come back to sprite here, on the top you have various properties of the sprite. The first property here is the sprite name, which is set to sprite 1. I can select this and give it a new name. For example, I am going to call this as cat. Now the next is you have x and y coordinates, which is set to 0 and 0. We are going to come to this coordinates later. So to just show you an example, instead of 0, if I make x value 100 and if I press enter, see this cat moved from the center 100 pixel to the right. Okay, and similarly in y, if I move it by 200 and if I press enter, see it went to the top. The actual screen area, default screen area in sprite is 180 pixels horizontal width and 180 pixel vertical width. So now I will set this y value also to 0, x value also to 0. Now the next option you have is whether you are going to show or hide the sprite. If I click on this, see the sprite is hidden. if I click on this icon, the sprite you can see. The next option is the size. It is determined in percentage. 100 means it is scaled 1:1. If I type 200 here, see the cat becomes bigger. I will set this back to 100. Then the direction is in which direction the cat is rotated. Now right now it is 90 degree, and if I make this 180 degree, see it is seeing this angle, and if I make it 0 degree, it is seeing to the top. So you can, I will set this direction back to 90 degree. So these are some of the sprite controls that are present in this sprite screen. Now apart from this, say for example you want to add your own sprite, your own images, then you have a plus icon here, and if you click on this, you have various options here. You have the option choose a sprite, which I can click, and you have ready-made sprites, so many sprites available over here. So you can choose by people, by fantasy, dance, animals. These are all the ready-made sprites which are available within Scratch. So I will come back here, and then next you have paint. Paint means I can draw my own sprite here. This is like the MS Paint program where I can draw my own sprite. So as soon as I click on paint, you can see this new sprite is added. Right now I will click here and delete it. Now the next thing, see when I select paint, the tab here moves on the left hand side from code to costumes. Okay, I will come back to code, and the third option here is surprise, and the fourth option is upload sprite, where you can create your own images and you can upload it here. So similar to this, even for the stage backdrop, here you have search, paint, surprise and upload backdrop. So right now, if you consider any sprite here, this sprite is determined basically by 3 properties. Now when we come to these 3 properties, this will bring us to the left hand side of this screen, and here every sprite that I choose here has 3 properties. The first property is the code property. Here I am going to dictate what this sprite is going to do. I am going to tell the computer what to do or what I want. So most of our work will be concentrated on this code, and in code you have various colors. First is motion, then you have looks, then you have sound, events, control, sensing, operations, variable and my block. So you have all these options over here, and over the course we are going to understand it one by one as we build our games and application in Scratch. Now I will come back to motion here. The second tab is the costumes. Now as you can see here, in the costume you can define the look of your sprite. So I have this face here, the body here, the hand. So I can select this hand and I can rotate it like this. Okay, I will press undo and undo it, and here I can make all the modification to the sprite. And in the costume, if you come to the left hand side, you can see right now this costume has 2 slides. This is just like the PowerPoint slides. The first costume 98 by 100 has this pose, and in the second costume you can see the difference in the leg. These sprites or these costumes can be changed. Say for example, I want this cat to run. I can change these costumes and make this cat run. So, apart from this, I can add additional costumes by uploading, or just like sprite, you have all these 4 options to create additional costumes. You can also give default names to this. So, for the first one, it is costume 1. I can select this and I can change it as pose 1, and I can select the second one and change it as pose 2. Okay. So, this is all about the costume. Now, the third tab here we have is sounds, and in sounds you can again add here all the sounds that is related to this sprite cat. Right now, by default this has one sound. If I play it, say you can hear the cat sound. So, I can also add, upload, I can choose many of the sounds over here. So, these are the 3 main properties that are attached to every sprite that we load in our scene, and most of the work that we do will be in this code section. Now, from our next class, let us learn how to dictate this cat to do various actions. So, how to make it move, how to make it run, talk, all these things we are going to control using this code. And you have this long white area over here, and this is the area where we are going to build our algorithm. What is algorithm? It is the step by step instructions we are going to give to this sprite to perform a particular task. Apart from this, on the top you have the Scratch logo, then you have the option here to choose the languages what you want. So, I will leave it at English. Then you have file where I can save it or create a new project. You have edit, and then you have tutorials to learn, and then here I can give a name to my project. I am going to name this as my underscore first project, and if you want to share this project with others, you have a share button. You can see the preview of your entire project in this project page, and on the right hand side this represents all the projects that you have, and this is your account detail. If I click on this, you can set your profile, account setting, and sign out. All these options are present over here. So, with this we have covered every area of our Scratch dashboard, and we are now ready to give instruction to this cat to perform what we want. And let us start making or building our application in Scratch from our next session. Thank you.